Welcome back. A member of the Southern Taxi Association, who also served as the association's president for some 6 years, is promoting adherence to the national COVID-19 protocols by highlighting how his sector is benefiting from compliance. Francisco Japierre says there is more to gain when abiding by the laws.
Francisco Japierre is preaching compliance, sending a message to the masses that there are perks to following the national COVID-19 prevention and control protocols that go further than staying COVID-free. The United Workers' Party senator is speaking directly to the taxi sector. Japierre, who is the former president of the Southern Taxi Association, said members of the association are thriving because they are adhering to the laws.
The record will show that no one from the taxi sector, and I speak in particular to Southern Taxi Association based at Hewanorra International Airport. So it clearly demonstrates to us that if we follow the protocol works. At Hewanorra International Airport, not one single driver or worker from the airport has contracted the virus. So that is good news.
Japierre said if other taxi associations stick to the same regime in a disciplined manner, they too will benefit greatly from the tourism sector, especially now that the numbers of incoming tourists are due to rise.
That is going to do wonders for us, because there are some of us in the sector that has done very little. I'm on record of saying that I would have loved to see many more drivers participating in the pie out of Hewanorra Airport, but I guess there was reasons why Southern Taxi as the concessionaire, but as we speak now, more drivers are picking up people out of Hewanorra Airport, and that is good news. So I think by June, July, we should be expecting at least a few calls from the cruise sector. That in itself will help the taxi sector very much.
The Hewanorra Airport in Vieux Fort has long been a stronghold of the Southern Taxi Association. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Rochelle Gonzalez.
Thank you, Rochelle. The government of St. Lucia will join its other Caribbean and Latin American counterparts in celebrating the official entry into force of the Regional Agreement on Access to Information, Public Participation and Justice in Environmental Matters in Latin America and the Caribbean as part of the Escazú Agreement. This will be held on Thursday, the 22nd of April 2021. The Escazú Agreement was endorsed and adopted at Escazú, Costa Rica on the 4th of March 2018. With 12 countries having now ratified, including St. Lucia, the agreement will now come into force. Its implementation will involve the review of legislative, institutional, and procedural frameworks on island to ensure effective realization and compliance. Kate Wilson is the legal officer in the Department of Sustainable Development and is the national focal point. She highlights the importance of the Escazú Agreement to the lives of average St. Lucians.
It means, first and foremost, the right to a healthy environment. That the state party, that is whoever is, not just the government, but whoever is responsible for the country, which is both the parliamentarians, both in government and the opposition, that they should create an enabling environment where persons can have a healthy environment. That is, you will be able to have clean air, that there are forests, that you don't just arbitrarily cut down the forest, so you have clean water, okay? So that you have a planet, or you have a St. Lucia that is sustainable for when we leave.
At its core, the Escazú Agreement sets standards for informed participation in environmental decisions and access to environmental justice. The agreement guarantees the public's right to information on environmental issues, while at the same time ensuring their right to informed participation in the environmental approval process for investment projects.
That when we make decisions for projects that are coming into the society that may affect the health, not just the health, that may displace residents, they need to know about it. And they do not need to know about it when the project has come to completion, but that they need to be consulted. Okay, so if, say, for example, there's going to be a golf course or something and it's going to affect them, that they should be told when during the process.
Come Thursday, the 22nd of April, the day's celebrations will begin with a high-level dialogue opened by the Executive Secretary of ECLAC and welcome interventions from high-level authorities such as presidents, prime ministers, and ministers of the environment or sustainable development and external affairs of the 33 countries which are currently signatories to the agreement. The youth will also get a chance to present their plans towards implementation in a session entitled The Role of the Youth and the Escazú Agreement. This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. When we return, the latest weather report.